Okay, so our last type of Punnett square that we're going to learn about is polygenic inheritance and sex-linked traits. Okay, in polygenic inheritance, the determination of a given characteristic is the result of an interaction of many genes. Okay, some traits such as size, height, shape, weight, color, metabolic rate, and behavior are not determined by just one pair of alleles. It's not capital H you're tall, small h you're short. All right, these traits are the cumulative result of the combined effects of many genes, and this is known as a polygenic inheritance. Okay, so usually you see this when there's a lot of variation, like in heights of people. Okay, there's really tall people, there's short people, there's everyone in between. So that's definitely a polygenic trait. It is a trait affected by a number of genes, or polygenes. It does not show a clear difference between groups of individuals. Instead, it shows a graduation of small differences. Okay, so here you can see in the eye color, there's brown, there's blue, there's gray, there's green, and we know there's hazel eyes, etc. So many normal human traits are thought to be polygenic. And like I said before, examples include hair color, eye color, weight, skin color, and height. So sex determination. We've talked about this a little before, right? The human cell contains how many chromosomes? "23 pairs, all right? There are 22 pairs of autosomes and 1 pair of sex chromosomes, which you can see in the slide. Here are the sex chromosomes, X and Y. And here they are here in this picture, XX. All right, so in males and females, all of the pairs of chromosomes are exactly the same except for that one pair. This pair is often called, the pairs that are the same are called autosomes. Autosomes are all the chromosomes within a cell except for the sex chromosomes. One pair differs between males and females. This pair is called the sex chromosomes, and the sex chromosomes differ in structure. Females have 2 copies of a large X chromosome, and males have 1 X and 1 small Y chromosome. Okay, that's why I can tell just from looking at these karyotypes or these pictures of people's chromosomes, this one's really small, so I know this is a male. These are both the same size, so I know that's a female. So sex-linked genes. There are many genes found on the X chromosome. The Y chromosome appears to only contain a few genes because it is way smaller, right? So since the X and Y chromosomes determine the sex of an individual, all genes found on these chromosomes are said to be sex-linked because they are on your sex chromosomes. So more than 100 sex-linked genetic disorders have now been associated with the X chromosome. Sex-linked traits include things like color blindness, hemophilia, and muscular dystrophy. And these are caused by recessive alleles. Okay, that's really important. These are recessive diseases. Since males only have 1 copy of the X chromosome, they will have the disorder if they inherit just 1 copy of the allele. Okay, so if their mom is a carrier of the colorblindness trait, and the son gets that, then he will be colorblind. Females must inherit 2 copies of the allele on each of their X chromosomes in order for the trait to show up. Therefore, genetic linked disorders are more common in males than females because females, we have that backup X. Okay, males don't have a backup X. So whatever's on that one X is what they're getting. Working sex-linked problems. So the genotypes for colorblindness would be written as follows. Okay, X big C, X big C. We write the X and the Y to show that it is on the sex chromosomes, okay? X big C, X little c, X little c, X little c. X big CY, and X little cy. Okay, so X big C, C is for color. It is dominant. So this would be a normal vision female. She can see color and she's female. We know she's female because it's XX. And we know she has normal vision because she has at least one big C. The next one is XX, X big C, X little c. So she too would be a normal vision female, but she is a carrier. She does contain one small c for the colorblind disease, but because she has this one, she is not colorblind. X little c is colorblind. It's a recessive, so you have to have both little c's in order to see it. It's XX, so we know it's female. X big CY should be a normal vision male. He has the trait for color, and he has a Y chromosome. So Y chromosome means male. Big C, at least one big C, means you have normal vision. So our next one is X little CY. So that would be a colorblind male, because he only has one little c. So that's what he has. So the genotypes for hemophilia is a disorder where your blood doesn't clot properly. So it can be dangerous because people can bleed excessively from even just small injuries, okay? So for hemophilia, we could see, here are our options again. Now pause the video and take a minute, see if you can figure out what the phenotypes would be. In other words, does the first person, is it male or female, and do they have hemophilia, or are they a carrier of hemophilia, or do they not have it at all? Okay, hopefully you paused the video and finished all of your guesses, so let's check this out. So capital H, normal blood clotting, XX, female. Capital H, normal clotting, but a carrier of hemophilia. That means if this one gets passed to her son, he would have hemophilia. Okay? Little h, XX, hemophiliac female. XY means it's male. Capital H means normal. X little hy means male. Little h means has hemophilia. So let's look at these when we're doing Punnett squares. Practice problem. A normal woman whose father had hemophilia married a normal man. What is the chance of hemophilia in their children? So we have to first figure out what is the genotype of the woman's father. The woman's father had, oh, I just crossed that out, I'm sorry. Okay, he had hemophilia. So we know he has to be XY because he's a man, right? And since he had hemophilia, he must have had a little h on his X. So he must have been X little hy. What is the genotype of the woman? She is normal. Okay, so first we know she's a woman, so she's XX. Her father had hemophilia, so she inherited his one X little h, so she's X little h. And since she's normal, she must have inherited a normal one from her mother. Okay, so she's X big H, X little h. Married a normal man. Okay, so man means XY. He's normal, so he has a capital H. Hopefully that makes sense to you. So we just said they look like this. Okay, now let's look at our Punnett square. We put the genotype of the woman on the top, genotype of the man on the side, drag and drop them, and we can see this is what we get. So the genotypes are female, normal, female that is a carrier of hemophilia, meaning she does have one hemophilia allele, but she does not show hemophilia. A normal boy and a hemophilia boy. Okay, so it looks like this. Whoops. So what is the chance of hemophilia in their children? They have a 25% chance. Okay, 1/4 of them will be hemophiliac. All right, so the gene for color blindness is carried on the X chromosome and is recessive. A man whose father was colorblind has a colorblind daughter. Is this man colorblind? How do you know? So yes, this colorblind daughter had to get one of her genes for colorblindness from her father, right? You get half of your alleles from your mom and half of your alleles from your dad. But your dad is XY. So you get his only X chromosome. Okay? Here's mom. Here's dad. So you could get one of these or this one. But from your dad, there's only that one X to make you. All right? Where did the man get his gene from his color blindness? A man gets his gene from color blindness from his mother because he gets his Y chromosome from his father, right? So, yet again, if this is the child down here, mom could have given him this X, mom could have given him that X, dad can only give him the Y. If you get an X, you're a female, so that's not possible. Must the father of all colorblind girls be colorblind? Explain. Yes, for a girl to be colorblind, she must inherit the colorblind gene from each parent. So now, using this information, I want you to practice all 3 types of Punnett squares that we've learned in this assignment called Who Gets the Money worksheet. And go ahead and work with a partner and solve it to the best of your abilities, and then we will go over it on Monday.